Hi everyone, this is Mehul Mehta and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I really wanted to help you understand what's going on in United States. A lot of uncertainties around, and you might hear, a lot of news coming out from Trump administration. Now, a lot of students have reached out to me personally asking me, what are some challenges that I faced, or, in general, what are some challenges that a bunch of Indian students have faced in their journey, because now students are really thinking whether they should come to US to pursue their masters or not. But eventually, let's say if you are thinking about pursuing a masters, please make sure to check this video till the end. In this video, I'll talk about 9 to 10 things, or 9 to 10 harsh truth that you must listen before coming to the US. First thing is, US is expensive. See, if you are planning to pursue masters in quantitative finance from United States, definitely you might end up paying 60 to $70,000 for any tier 2 university, and 100 to $110,000 to for any tier 1 university, and this is just the tuition. I'm not talking about the living expense. This is just the education fee. So there's a lot of money involved, a lot of things involved. So I would say, before coming, do your due diligence. Talk to a lot of seniors. Don't just blindly trust the universities. Universities do not tell truth. Please hear me clearly. Universities do not tell truth. If I know a university which is a really good university for masters in quant finance, they have said that they have placed X students out of Y, and I know that that is not true. And this is, I know this university very closely because I know a lot of my juniors are from those universities, is from that university, and the university is not giving the right picture. Okay, so here is the thing. Don't trust universities. Do your due diligence. Talk to alumni, talk to people who are currently, are there in the university. Talk to industry professionals. Ask them about the industry, and also one more thing is, I see a lot of education consultants present in India stating that, oh, you should go for this business analytics. You should go for data science, you should go for all these other degrees. Believe me, I know so many people who are unemployed. So don't just believe what the education consultant are saying. They want to sell their service, and they don't worry about your future. So make sure you worry about your future. So first thing is, US is expensive. Make sure you do your due diligence. Second thing, um, okay, and this is really important, okay? So you might not get a job immediately after graduation. 5 to 7 years back, this was the case that if you come to US, pursue a master's, you will end up getting a job. But that is not more a scenario. I know so many students in quantitative finance who did masters from a really good university, but almost it's been almost a year that they have not gotten any jobs. And it is not that they are not good students, they are really good students, but they don't have direction. Okay, so make sure that you when you come in here, you talk to a lot of people, you network a lot, you study hard. I know so many students, today itself I was talking to this guy, and I asked him bunch of concepts. Really, I'm saying you, simple concepts which any quant finance guy would know. And this person said, oh, I don't know this. And this is where the issue lies. University cannot do anything if you are not willing to put in the hard work. So one thing that all of you should understand is, if you're planning to come to the US, make sure you work hard, because if you don't work hard, you might not get a job. And even if you work hard, there can be still some chances that you might not get job. So no, it's just not hard work. It's hard work. Talking to a lot of people, networking, going out in job fairs, and a lot of other things. Third thing is, H1B visa is lottery. So, a lot of people, a lot of students want to come here, stay here, but that is not possible. Staying in US, you can stay in US for almost 3 years after you graduate. After 3 years, you will require H1B. So, what happens is companies in this 3 years, they'll file H1B on your behalf. If in case you get through the H1B, that is, if you are selected in the H1B, then you are allowed to stay for 6 more years. So basically, after you graduate, you can stay here for 3 years. If you get into H1B, you can stay here in the US for 6 more years. But if in case you don't get into the lottery, then you need to go out of the country after the third year ends. So again, H1B is complete lottery based system, and this so you can stay here for 3 years. After 3 years, I mean, if you get into lottery, you can stay for another 6 years. If you don't get into it, you have to leave the country. Fourth and very important, part-time jobs won't cover all your expense. I know a lot of students, they come with a mindset that, oh, I'll do this 3 4 part-time jobs and I'll cover my expense. I've seen a lot of students doing that. What eventually has happened is they have hurted themselves more. Why do I say that? Because they were working on 3 to 4 different jobs. They didn't study, they did not do their assignments, they didn't do their projects. So they did graduate, somehow they copy pasted other assignments, graduate, but it's been so many years that they have not gotten jobs. So don't do this mistake of working on n number of jobs just to get your part time done. It's good if you can manage it, but if you are someone who cannot manage it, don't just don't just go, don't just do what others are doing. Because I understand US being an expensive country, you might think that, oh, I want to save some cost. Even I did, teaching assistant and research assistant, definitely got $800 for every month. But one thing you need to understand, we are coming here to study. So your sole purpose of studying should not be destroyed. Okay, so make sure that you work a lot, you study a lot when you're coming here for your masters. Okay. Fifth is, not all universities are equal. I know a lot of education consultants stating that, oh, universities does not matter, or this X university is as equivalent to Y university, which is not the case. Every university is different. Every university gives you a different skill set, and if you're getting into a top-notch university, don't just drop it. Okay, make sure you research, because I know a lot of students have done this mistake. They have gotten into some X universities, which is a really good university, and they dropped this X university because this other university gave them a $5,000 scholarship. Understand one thing, university really matters in US. If you're graduating from a tier 1 university or a tier 2 university, that is amazing as compared to someone graduating from a tier 3 university. So definitely university matters, because you get a lot of alumni network, you get good professors, you get good projects, and definitely a good resume if you are in a good university. Sixth thing is, Masters is more technical, less teaching. This is something which I really want to make you all understand. I paid close to 50, 60 lakh rupees for my masters in US, right? Now, day one of my masters, my professor said, oh, the next time you all come to the class, read chapter 1 to 2 and let's discuss chapters. And in my mind, I'm like, oh, I paid 60 lakhs. You need to sit and teach me each and everything. But that's not how US works, or that's not how education system in the US works. How it works is they'll basically ask you to read certain chapters. You need to read those chapters, come and discuss. There is no school feeding. Please understand. If you are someone who comes from India like me, where school feeding is prominent, even I remember in my engineering days, we used to school feed, we were given notes, we were told that, okay, these are important topics, these are not important topics. If you are thinking something like that happens in US, that's not the case. Make sure that when you're coming to the US, be fully prepared. Make sure you learn all the prerequisite. Make sure you upskill yourself and come. Don't think that if you come, if I pursue a master's in US, I'll get a job. No, that is not the case. I know so many people who did their masters did not get a job. Why? Because they lack skill set. Make sure if you're in India, or in any other country, work on your skill set, because I know fall 2025, which is August 2025, is about to come. And a lot of you who is hearing me out, you are planning to come to the US. Make sure you focus and work on your skill set. Okay. Seventh is um okay. OPT windows limited. What does that mean? So, basically all this university say that okay, after you graduate, you have 90 days to get a job. If you don't get a job within 90 days, you'll be kicked out of the country. That is not true. That is not at all true. You are not kicked out of the country. There are a lot of ways in which you can still stay in the country. One such way is there are a lot of volunteering groups in United States, a lot of non-profit organizations in United States. You can be a part of those. You don't need to work a lot, few hours in a week, and you can still stay in the country. So if someone says that, oh, you just get 90 days and otherwise if you don't get a job, you'll get out of the country. Believe me, the person does not have a full knowledge of what's happening in US. You can still say stay in US for almost a year with no job. When I say no job, I mean with you can always take a volunteering job or a job in a non-profit organization, and that is really easy to take. Okay, so don't worry on that. Eighth is mental health struggles are real. Definitely a lot of cultural shock you will get, academic stress, loneliness, pressure from everyone, right? I mean, you'll see a lot of your friends getting internship and you are not getting internship. A lot of your friends getting full-time offers, you are not getting full-time offers. Even if you are a bright student, I know a lot of students who really worked hard, they were brightest in their class, did not got full-time roles, did not get any offer till the very end. So that is where you need to be mentally prepared when you come to US. Things like that will happen very often. Discrimination, a lot of students have asked me, did you ever face discrimination? The answer is yes, but not at that extent that it's truly visible, but definitely I have faced it. So but it's totally fine because this is not my country. I'm an immigrant. I'm working here. I'm getting good salary. Work-life balance is good. I feel my life is better than what I had previously. So I have no issue. So I have no complaints, no issues. But given that you can face the discrimination, definitely lot of times you'll feel a lot of pressure. Loneliness is true in US. So these are something which you should be mentally prepared. If in case you have never experienced it, you'll soon experience it when you come to US. Okay, last thing is everyone is hustling. That is true. If you're someone who does not like to hustle, if you're someone who's not hardworking, and if you're someone who thinks that you did not, coming to US will open all the opportunities out there for you. That is not true. Believe me, if you're not hardworking, you won't succeed even in US, even in India. And a lot of students I talk to, they say, oh, I'm not getting a job in India. I should come to US. And that's the worst thing anyone can say for themselves, because the job market in US is equally competitive. Not just equally competitive, but here you'll get people who are too brilliant, I would say. So don't just think that, oh, if I come to US I don't need to work hard. It's the reverse. You need to work hard even more, because you need to do everything by yourself. You need to you know and also one more thing is there's a lot of shift, education, there's a lot of education shift, cultural shift. So it's not that easy as what it thinks from outside. What you all see on Instagram, Facebook is, oh, this guy got a car, this guy is living his life, this guy is just roaming around. That is not true. Believe me, when you see those pictures, you don't know the behind struggle that everyone has done. So just don't come in here thinking that, oh, I'll live my life in US. No, that is not the case. You need to work really hard to get a job, to get an internship, to get through all the examinations. So if you're planning to come to US, make sure you have listened to this podcast, or listen to, not podcast, but listen to this video, and make sure you work hard. Don't worry. A lot of students have asked me, is it a good time given that a lot of uncertainties are there out in United States? I'll say uncertainties was back in 2020 when I came in here. So I came during peak COVID, okay? And during that time, everyone was like, will we get jobs? And this is not just now. I'm hearing the uncertainty piece from 2014 when I was in my engineering. So every year there are conversations about uncertainty, but every year people are getting placed. So if you're just worried about uncertainty, understand one thing, you know times are always up and down. It will never be that, oh, the economy will just go down, down, down. And also, if you're coming in fall 2025, you'll be graduating in another 18 months. So by that time, uncertainty will be gone. So don't worry, and I wish you all the best, and let me know if you have any doubts. Thank you.